Hello boys and girls, we have another two rascals who I have plucked out the playground to speak to us during our assembly today. So we have Oliver. Hello Oliver.
Hi.
And we have Struan.
Hi.
And they are in Mrs. Srivastaba's class. So boys, how have you found coming back to school?
Good fun.
Good fun.
Yeah.
What makes it fun?
Just getting to see your friends again after all this long time off.
Yeah. Struan?
I think the same as Oliver, getting to see your friends again.
Yeah. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So, coming back to school, you've been back to school now nearly 2 weeks. Have you been looking at new learning at all?
Well, yeah, we're doing volume and capacity,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got a new topic called Life in the 80s.
Oh, and what have you been learning about the 80s, Oliver?
Well, just like we're doing this advert thing where we look kind of doing that old Bristol advert, and then we try and create our own one.
Yeah.
Ah, so what is Bristol?
It's like a sort of
Gravy. It's gravy.
thing.
And for all the mummies and daddies who remember that so well, it will now make you feel very old. Yeah, I remember those Bristol adverts with the gravy and the Sunday dinner and she pours it, and every single year that advert would change. Do you know that Mrs. Picking was born in the 80s?
No.
Right? No.
I was born in the 80s. I don't think Mrs. Srivastava was though.
My mum was.
Was your mum born in the 80s? What about you, Oliver? Was your mum born in the 80s?
Well, she's 39, so
No, she was.
probably.
She was. She's 39. Now, you had to do a lot of learning between January and last week online remotely. How did you find that?
Different because we weren't able to go, like when we were on a break, we didn't get to see our friends run about in the playground. It wasn't as fun.
No. But you two in particular are very good online. You were very, very good at accessing Teams and you were very good at uploading all your assignments for Mrs. Srivastava. Did you find it difficult at home doing that?
Like, was it, as I said, it was a bit stranger, so
A little bit.
and our parents didn't have much experience in teaching.
Which is a common thread. And that's not their fault, sure it's not.
No.
No, because that's not what they're trained in. We're trained to teach you, but your parents aren't. But they did a fab job, didn't they? They did a really, really good job in helping and supporting you with your learning. So you're giving me the thumbs up for return to school?
Yeah.
Yes, and in a couple of weeks, primary 4 to 7 will return as well. So that means both your big brothers will return. So are they still at home learning?
Yeah.
Yeah, and are they a bit annoyed that you're getting to come to school?
Well, my brother's fine with me because
My brother's happy where he is.
Is he happy? Yeah. Is he happy learning in the house? And what about your brother Oliver?
Yeah, he's happy learning in the house
Is
as
he?
well.
Okay, boys, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. Can you say bye to the boys and girls for me?
Bye.
Bye. Right, I'll let you go back outside. Bye. Hi, boys and girls. Now I have stolen two cheeky wee rascals out of the playground to come and chat to us about primary 3 and coming back to school. So we have Ellie and we have Sophie. Hello, girls. Thank you for joining me today. And I know you were playing great outside there. Can you tell me, what has it been like coming back to school?
It's been great, and I've just been loving it because I get to see my friends.
Because you get to see your friends. What about you, Ellie?
I'm happy to be back at school to see all my friends and do learning.
Oh, good. And have you missed Mrs. Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's back too as well, isn't she? Yeah. And what about Mr. McGackie? Is he teaching you today?
Yes.
Are you keeping him in line? You keeping him in line, making sure he knows what he's got to do?
Yeah.
Good, I am glad. So what sort of things have you been learning since you've come back to school, girls?
We've been learning about exclamation marks and punctuation and stuff.
Punctuation, exclamation marks. So when would I use an exclamation mark then?
At the end of a sentence, if it's a shouty sentence.
If it's a shouting sentence, so say I was shouting, not that I ever do, but say I was shouting at my husband and I was saying, Gavin, will you pick up your socks? Would I put a full stop or would I put a exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark.
An exclamation mark, my writing. Well done, you two. And have you started any topics? Any other topics?
Yeah, we started a topic about the 80s.
About the 80s? And what have you been learning?
Like, we've been doing, like, stuff like... We've been learning about morph and we've been making morph.
Oh, the wee plasticine
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a television programme when I was a wee girl.
Mrs. Jones was only 10 in the 1930s.
In the 1980s, she was only 10?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? I was just born. So Mrs. Jones is a wee bit older than me.
My mum was just born as well.
Was she just born in the 80s as well? Yeah, an 80s child. I used to love the 80s. I used to love all the music that was in the 80s, and I loved all the television programmes and the cartoons, so I did. And my mum had really crazy hair, so she did. My mum had mad perms that went big and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and all the photographs I've got of her. She looks so funny with all the clothes and big shoulder pads that came out like this and down like this. And I had all these frilly dresses that I had to wear with my wee sister. So you've enjoyed coming back to school, girls?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. And it's so nice to see you smiling and happy out in the playground.
And I woke up with my wee brother attacking me.
You are kidding on.
No.
And your wee brother's the same age as Steffi, isn't she?
My wee
Isn't he?
brother's only one.
That's right. So your wee brother was born a couple of weeks before my Steffi. And you girls were saying to me on the way in here, your baby was so funny on that assembly last week. And I said, I know, she's a little rascal. And Mr. McGowan was a rascal because I sent him that as an outtake, as a laugh. And he said, I just put it up in assembly anyway, Mrs. Picken, because all the boys and girls would find it funny. So, she's a wee rascal like your wee brother as well. Okay, back to lunchtime. Back to playing outside. Bye-bye, girls. Bye. Thank you. Hello, boys and girls. I am now with two little rascals from primary 1B. Two boys. We have Robin. Hello, Robin.
Hi.
And we have Tom. Hello, Tom. Hi. Boys, how did you feel about coming back to school?
Good.
Did you feel good? What was it that made you feel good about coming back to school, Robin?
Seeing all my friends.
To see all your friends and play. And I can see you've been running around with those red cheeks. Yes, at playtime. What about you, Tom? Have you enjoyed coming back to school?
Yes.
Why?
So I can see all my friends again.
So that you can see all your friends again? I know. It's been lovely, hasn't it? And what about Mrs. Moore? Did you miss her? Yes. But did you see her lots on Teams? Yes, that's right. She was on Teams a lot. And how was mummies and daddies at home during lockdown? Were they good teachers?
Yep.
Yes. Did they help you a lot?
Yep.
Trying to get all your stuff onto Teams? So what have you been learning since you've come back?
We were learning about like the sound.
The sound. What starts with
Or
Good boy. What about you, Tom? What are you learning just now?
About offers.
About what?
offers.
Offers.
Oh, tell me a wee bit more about that.
We're also reading books.
You're reading authors. Yes, authors. You're reading books and learning about authors and illustrators, aren't you?
Illustrators, yeah.
So what's an author?
Authors write the drawings.
Write the books and do the drawings. That's right. Do you think you're authors? Yeah, because they've been writing wonderful books because they've been sent along to me. Because they've been writing their own stories using their phonics and decoding. And I can say that I think you will definitely become authors when you're older. So you were listening to a storyteller the other day, weren't you? Yes, and you've been learning all about different types of authors because I came into your classroom this morning and saw that. Okay, can you give the boys and girls a thumbs up if you love being in a gown? Good. Right, boys, thank you so much for your time. I'll see you later. Bye. Hello, boys and girls. Give me a big wave. Hello. Now today, I have found those cheeky wee rascals in primary 1B. Who were hiding from me last week, and I didn't get them in time for last week's assembly. So I promised today that they could come and join me for a chat. So today we have
Emily.
and
Molly.
Okay, so how have you enjoyed coming back to school, girls?
I love it.
You love it. You love it too. Can you tell me why you love it?
Playing with our whole class.
You love playing with your whole class, do you? What else do you love about school, Emily?
I love painting.
You love painting? Do you do lots of art in your class?
Yeah.
And who's your teacher?
Mrs. Moore.
Mrs. Moore. And have you missed her over lockdown?
Yes.
Oh, do you know, I missed her too. I missed her and I missed all your wee faces in the school, and I'm so glad that you are here. And you know, there was an announcement yesterday, and hopefully in a couple of weeks the primary 4s to 7s will be back in school as well, and we will all be together again. Thank goodness. Finally. So tell me, what are you learning in your class just now?
Letters. The rest of our letters because we didn't get to.
The rest of your sounds that you didn't get to?
Yeah, and probably some. The other day we were learning how to count in tens. Yeah.
Tens?
Yeah, and we managed to do it.
No, you didn't.
We did.
No. Right, show me then. Come on. How do you count in tens?
Remember.
Do you want me to do it with you? Yeah. Okay, let's start. Read to 0. 0,
Zero.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. How does the number 100 look like?
It's a one and two zeros.
A 1 and 2 zeros. How do you turn on? That Mrs. Moore is just teaching you far too much, or you two are.
not.
Is she not?
It's too easy. It's
Well,
way too easy. Yeah.
That's great to hear that you like to be challenged in your numeracy. So what about your reading this week? What was your reading book called this week?
Quiz.
Quiz? Oh, that's
There was a quiz.
There was a quiz.
Yeah, there was a quiz.
Who had a quiz?
The characters that were in our book. Beth, Chip, Mum and Dad and Kipper.
Dad. And what kind of questions were they asking?
They were asking questions about who they are. So Beth said, "Who am I?" And then they had to like guess who it was, what the animal card was, and we were writing about it before lunch.
And what about any topics that you're doing? Are you doing any topics just now?
Yeah, our topic is in like here. No. Our topics. Well, last week it was where we live. I think this week it might be.
So it's the street, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're looking at the street just now. So you're looking at the street and living in a big street and looking at your address.
I think that was.
Make sure you're still on camera.
That was last week, and I think this week's might be.
It's still the street, but I think you're just learning about other things.
This week's all themed on books.
Of course, because it's World Book Week. And you had an author, didn't you, come to your classroom virtually?
Yeah, and there was another one. There was 2, and then we've got author sections. Sections that Mrs. Moore's putting on the board for us.
Wow. And I came in this morning when you were listening to one of the authors, weren't you, for the pound books?
Yeah.
Right, girls, thank you so much for your time. Can you wave goodbye to all the boys and girls? Thank you.